Welcome to my channel. Did you know that King Solomon is said to have had 1,000 loves? Today, we will look at what that really means and how his loves were reflected in his life in the temple. The story of King Solomon and his 1,000 loves is a captivating tale that has intrigued people for centuries. But where did this story come from, and what is the truth behind the legend? Join me as we explore the fascinating history of Solomon's temple and the life of one of the most iconic figures in history. But before we begin our journey back in time, let's take a moment to appreciate the beauty and significance of Solomon's temple. Built by King Solomon around 957 BC, this magnificent structure was not just a place of worship, but a symbol of the kingdom of Israel's wealth and power. Located in Jerusalem, Solomon's temple stood proudly atop Mount Moriah, a site considered sacred by the Israelites. Its construction was a monumental undertaking that involved skilled craftsmen and laborers who brought their talents together to create a truly awe-inspiring space. The interior of the temple was adorned with intricate carvings and decorations, including depictions of biblical scenes and figures. One of the most notable features was the Holy of Holies, a chamber where only the high priest could enter, and it was believed to be the dwelling place of God himself. Unfortunately, Solomon's temple was destroyed in 586 BC by the Babylonians, leaving behind only ruins and fragmented accounts of its former glory. However, the legacy of this magnificent structure lives on in the hearts and minds of people around the world. Now let's turn our attention to the man at the center of today's discussion, King Solomon. Born to David and Bathsheba, Solomon's path to the throne was not without its challenges. When his father arranged for him to marry the daughter of the king of Egypt, Solomon became embroiled in a complex web of political intrigue. Faced with potential threats from within and outside the kingdom, Solomon's journey to securing his position as heir apparent was fraught with obstacles that tested his wit and determination. As we delve deeper into Solomon's story, we'll uncover the secrets behind his rise to power and the events that shaped his destiny. Get ready to be captivated by tales of betrayal, wisdom, and the quest for ultimate authority. Let's now delve into the heart of the matter, Solomon and his 1,000 loves. But wait, don't jump to conclusions. These loves didn't mean romantic partners. They were political wives. And when we talk about his 1,000 loves, we're talking about a period of approximately 40 years when Solomon ruled over Israel. During this time, he forged strategic alliances with neighboring kingdoms through marriages between his sons and daughters and foreign princesses. These unions were not merely about love, but about consolidating power, maintaining peace, and securing trade routes. For example, one of Solomon's marriages was to the daughter of the king of Egypt. This alliance was significant because it connected Israel to the riches and resources of the Egyptian empire. Similarly, another marriage to a daughter of the king of Seba linked Israel to the exotic lands of Sheba, renowned for its frankincense and other valuable commodities. Through these strategic partnerships, Solomon's love for his kingdom and his desire for prosperity were evident. He understood the importance of diplomacy and the role it played in maintaining stability and wealth for his people. However, the story doesn't end there. There's more to these marriages than meets the eye. You see, each of Solomon's children born from these unions inherited certain traits and characteristics from their respective mothers, reflecting the influence of their royal lineages. For instance, one of Solomon's sons, Rehoboam, was known for his quick temper, which would later contribute to the kingdom's division. Another son, Shlomo, inherited his mother's wisdom and is often associated with the famous story of the two women who claimed to be the mother of the same child. This particular case showcased Solomon's ability to discern the truth through keen observation and logical reasoning. Through his judgment, he not only resolved the dispute, but also reaffirmed the importance of justice and fairness in his kingdom. This story serves as a testament to Solomon's legacy as a wise and impartial ruler. Speaking of wisdom, let's delve into another fascinating aspect of Solomon's life, his love for knowledge and understanding. From a young age, Solomon displayed an insatiable curiosity about the world around him, which led him to pursue studies in various fields such as astronomy, mathematics, and philosophy. His thirst for knowledge took him on a journey to far-off lands where he encountered different cultures, beliefs, and customs. Through his travels, Solomon gathered a vast array of information that he used to enrich the lives of his people. He introduced new ideas and perspectives to Israel, fostering a climate of intellectual exchange and cultural understanding. Solomon's love for knowledge didn't stop at acquiring it. He actively encouraged the pursuit of wisdom among his subjects, establishing schools and academies where young minds could be nurtured and educated. His efforts resulted in the flourishing of arts and sciences in Israel, making it a beacon of enlightenment during that era. Solomon's dedication to learning left an indelible mark on his kingdom, shaping it into a center of intellectual and cultural excellence. In the twilight years of his life, Solomon began to reflect on his journey and the impact he had made on the world. As he looked back on his accomplishments, he couldn't help but feel a sense of pride in what he had achieved during his reign. From building the magnificent Temple of Solomon, to expanding the kingdom's borders and establishing lasting alliances, Solomon's contributions were evident for all to see. However, as wisdom often does, it also brought with it a sense of perspective. Solomon realized that while his achievements were significant, they were ultimately fleeting. The grandeur of the temple, the wealth of his kingdom, and even the extent of his knowledge would eventually fade into obscurity. Faced with this realization, Solomon found solace in the wisdom he had accumulated throughout his life. He understood that true wisdom lay not in material possessions or intellectual pursuits, but in the pursuit of righteousness and justice. With this newfound clarity, Solomon began to focus on leaving a legacy of wisdom and understanding for future generations. He wrote books, shared his knowledge with his son, and counseled his people to follow a path of righteousness and peace. In doing so, Solomon ensured that his impact on the world would extend far beyond his own lifetime, inspiring others to seek wisdom and strive for a better future. As we reflect on Solomon's life, it's important to remember that he wasn't perfect. He had flaws, weaknesses, and even regrets. Yet it's through his imperfections that we see a man who was deeply human, capable of great wisdom, but also susceptible to the limitations of his time. Solomon's story reminds us that even those who achieve great heights can still grapple with the complexities of life and the passage of time. But it's in how we respond to these challenges that we find the true measure of our wisdom and resilience. So what do you think about Solomon's life in the temple and his 1,000 loves? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to learn more about the historical impact of the Temple of Solomon, check out another video where we discuss how the destruction of the temple changed world history. Thank you for joining us on this journey through time. Until next time, may you find wisdom and understanding in your own life, and may you always appreciate the complexities of the human experience.